Morning everybody. This is day 17 of Mahashivratri Sadhana, and last year I did, in 2017, a series of videos on this channel, almost every day, talking about my experience of Mahashivratri Sadhana that I was doing. Now I'm doing lots of other videos on other topics at the moment, so I'm not really focused on that so much. But I thought that I would, for all you Indian subscribers out there, that I know I have a few of you, that or that are into Isha Foundation yoga, I did decide to do it again this year. I started at day 38, so a bit late. I missed off the first 2 days. And now it's day 17. And I just thought I'd give you a little bit of comparison really from that last year to this year. This is also my 3rd year doing it. So this year, because just before Christmas I started reducing my medication with my bipolar medication, lithium. I've been in a completely different mental space than the year before. The year before I was feeling energetically good. I was already doing lots of yoga every day. I was feeling kind of flexible and nimble and bright and sparky as a human being anyway. Now, so when I started on day 38, I was very slow, still low, still quite depressed, still having lots of withdrawal symptoms relating to reducing my medication. So yeah, I'm coming at it from a completely different angle. But day 17 now, this is the beginning of my 4th/5th day of feeling a little bit more sprightly and energetic. With my recovery, I suppose, of what I did before Christmas. And this morning I actually did it outside for the first time, my Mahashivratri practice, and it felt really different. Just being out here in nature with the birds, and I was just underneath this pine tree here, and some of the frost was warming up and dripping down on me, and the birds were all around, so you know, you're feeling really connected with your surroundings, which feels really nice. The other thing that started to happen, which I noticed last year, was something that is really interesting, especially for those that have a mental health issue, because quite often we find that our mental space is kind of almost governs our physical body, and they're kind of so intertwined that you can't really separate them out. So if this is not feeling good, then the rest of you feels kind of low and dull and lifeless. Whereas if this is feeling great, then this does too in the physical body. But interestingly, today, this might be a bit too much information for some of you. So I've got my period, which means that my lower half of my body down here feels kind of numb, but also kind of strange sensations relating to kind of hormones and, you know, I don't know, I can't describe it really. So there's that going on, which kind of feels like almost like a separate part of my body. And then, you know, we're sitting at the end of my sadhana, after doing the 2nd chanting sequence. My head was feeling kind of more open, more expansive, at peace, calm. But at the same time, I still had thoughts going on, because I kind of knew that I was going to do these videos, and that I've been very motivated this morning to come and do this. So even though I had thoughts there in the background, it was almost like there was 2 parts of my mind. So one was that kind of feeling of calm, and the other was, okay, there's thoughts going on, but they were becoming like separate entities. and then at the same time also, so I had the physical body thing going on down below with my period, but then in my heart space I could feel this kind of also feeling of kind of warm, yummy, open, expansive feeling of kind of centeredness and connectedness with with life and my surroundings and myself. So yeah, that's a big change at day 14. So I think as I continue to improve with my mental health and being back on my 600 milligrams of lithium, and steadying out on that front, and doing a bit more yoga now that I'm feeling more physically active and generally doing more exercise as well, I'll, more changes will take place. I'm also feeling a lot stronger with my my muscular body, because I've been doing swimming twice a week, and I've been going on walks up to an hour, trying to do an hour of exercise every day. So now I'm really noticing that I can breathe more deeply, and that my legs feel stronger. And yeah, that's the other thing I noticed as well during the whole of Mahashivratri, was that my breathing is also extending, and so when I'm doing my chants that can be kind of slower and longer, or when I'm doing my back bend I'm coming up and it kind of feels more flowing and smooth, and my back bend can also go back deeper now. Although saying that, last week I did too much front crawl and I hurt a muscle in my back, and so in that period of doing the movement part of the sadhana, I was restricted by not being able to go back very far at all. So now I'm able to extend that further just effortlessly without trying. That's happening much easier now. Also, my Rudrash, at the end of last summer, I left it here in the garden for about 3 weeks, and I'd kind of lost it. I was like, oh no, where is it? Have I lost it for good? And some little animals must have been munching at it during that time, and this part was gold, but it had been munched on so much that it had got so damaged I didn't want to use it, because it would maybe mean that these beads, the seeds, would come off. So I had to re-thread it. So I've put my own organic cotton tassel, and I'm really pleased with that. So that's something I had to do before Mahashivratri started. Also, I have been a little bit more lax with other things. So I've only just today, day 17, got round to putting on my black arm thing, and I'll show you that. Hang on. So the last 2 years I used cotton, and I think I actually folded it back on itself and sewed it down. So I had quite a substantial black armband. And this year I found some silk chiffon, which is also a natural fibre, which is what Satguru suggests, nothing synthetic. And actually it's much better, because even though I cut it to the right dimensions that he suggests, I think it's about 1 inch, because it's such a fine fabric, it turns into nothing, and this is so thin and floppy that you just don't notice it under your clothes. So that was a really good find. And yeah, because before I just felt like it would fall down easily and it would be quite bulky and I'd notice it under my clothes, whereas I won't with that fabric. The other thing is I'd run out of the chickpea powder to do my shower kind of detox and cleansing my skin, and I haven't done that for maybe a week because I ran out and I haven't got more of that. So yeah, I'm not being as strict as I was the last 2 years, but I'm starting to miss it now, and I'm thinking actually even in these winter cold days sometimes it's really nice to feel that kind of nourishing moisturizing effect, and I know that it does do something positive for me in part of the process, so I need to do that again. Yeah, naughty Joanna, slap on the wrist. So yeah, I'll probably come back to you nearer Mahashivratri. I've also been thinking, what am I going to do to celebrate the actual day on the 13th? And it's actually a Tuesday, which is a day when I already do a yoga class in Saint-Giron. So that'll be pretty powerful, I imagine. And I love her classes so much. She's called Sylvie Sessa, and she does a Kashmir type yoga. And it's very calm, and you know, some of the things we do are more tricky, difficult postures and things, but we do it in such a way that it's kind of effortless. It's amazing the way she teaches it. So I'm going to ask her if she's doing anything maybe at home afterwards to celebrate, and stay up till midnight, or I don't know, a bit later. Who knows? Otherwise, I can just do it on my own at home with a live web stream coming from India. So yeah, hope you guys who are interested in yoga found that interesting in any way, shape or form. I'm now going on to talk about other topics relating to my channel, and hope to see you on another one of my videos. Bye!